I was frightened because I knew it was bad. I would probably have lost my lower leg. We got back home, it was an absolutely beautiful afternoon. I went into my barn to get a chair, and when I was in the barn I heard a bee buzzing who was obviously stuck in the skylight, which doesn't open, so he couldn't get out. The skylight in the barn is quite high, so I went up a ladder onto the second floor to get him out, trapped him in a towel. I got onto the ladder on the top rung, held onto the ladder as I thought safely, and then I felt the ladder starting to slide. The next thing I knew after I'd realised the ladder was starting to slip was that I was on the ground. I could feel blood coming out of my leg. It was very wet coming through my trouser. But fortunately my wife was outside, so I called to her not to come in. I told her not to come in but to immediately dial 999, which bless her she did. When I felt the bone through my leg, I obviously knew that I'd got a bad injury. We heard a terrific noise and then realised it was a helicopter. My shaking was starting to get a lot worse and it was becoming uncontrollable. Fortunately, that's when we heard the helicopter starting to get there, when I didn't think I was going to be able to take much more, and very quickly painkiller was given to me by the doctor, which I was very grateful for because it was extremely painful at this point. Once in the helicopter, made me comfortable, very, very reassuring all of the time, kept my painkillers up to the necessary level. I was frightened because I knew it was bad. I'd seen on television programs that a break like that can be limb-threatening. I knew that my foot was starting to feel cold, so I was thinking that the blood supply had been compromised as well. But again, the Helimed team soon got the blood flow going, albeit on a temporary basis until they could get me to ARI. I think I can honestly say that if the air ambulance SCAR hadn't arrived, I would probably have lost my lower leg. I would have certainly been in a worse state than I am now, and the prognosis, I think, would have been entirely different, and therefore my life would have been entirely different. You read about it, you hear about it, you hear the good they do, but until it affects you personally, no one can appreciate what a good service it is. To say that I owe them a big debt of gratitude isn't enough. I don't know any of the people on the SCAR team. I only met them once. They were so professional, kind and caring. I will never ever be able to thank them enough. My wife Hilary and myself owe them a big debt of gratitude. Words just cannot say how grateful we both are. Thank you.